Good.
Welcome back. We're on week 13. So today we have with us Inter-Faith Food Shuttle again, because they came to us previously. Will, and this is his new colleague, Addison. So we're both we're glad that they're here, and we have some more very informative things to share with us today. I have two announcements. They will be with us for about an hour and a half today, okay? After that, you are invited to go over to the jury fit class if you so desire. So you've been invited to join that class after they finish. And then next week, if you all remember, we missed the medication management presentation. Well, they will come next week, 1 o'clock p.m. To actually complete that presentation. As we know, next week, of course, is also the resource fair. So next week is going to be very active and fun, but you also have that opportunity to hear the medication management class that we previously missed. So are there any questions before I let Inter-Faith Food Shuttle present?
Thank you.
Yes.
Have any handouts from last week?
I don't personally, but I will check in with Janet to see. But she did give us a handout last week.
Thank you.
She did. All right. Well, welcome, and
thank you.
It's all yours.
All right. Yeah, of course. Thank you all for coming. Right now, Will is just going around and having people fill out an attendance sheet. Can I get a raise of hand of who wasn't here last time we came, who didn't attend? Okay, you weren't here last time? Okay.
This is my first time with this grant. I was here last week.
Okay, yeah.
Charmaine, hypnosis.
Oh, okay.
I was here for that, but this is my first time.
Okay, yeah. So anybody who's it's first time, we just have a waiver that we have people fill out, so yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys again for being here today with us. We're so happy to come and talk with you guys. So before we begin, my name is Addison. I am a dietetic intern. I just graduated, so I'm fresh out of school, but working with the Inter-Faith Food Shuttle. And this is Will. He's assisting me today. He's also an intern at the Food Shuttle. So today we'll be learning about how to cook for one and eat for one, and how to properly use leftovers when necessary. So kind of to start a discussion in the group, I just want to ask you guys, do you guys cook for yourself, and how do you feel about cooking for yourself? Are there certain challenges that you face, you feel like cooking for one, or? I hate it. You hate it? Yeah.
I like doing it.
You like doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think one good thing, and then my husband who lives with
Yeah.
I do it that way, and then I make sauce.
Thank you.
I make a lot of vegetables and stuff like that. I like cooking. And
Yeah.
I know it's like
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You fill out the attendance for us?
They probably, the dog probably wants the scraps that fall too, yeah.
The food
Right,
shuttle?
absolutely.
Okay. So,
So do you have a couple of reasons as to why it's maybe not your favorite
Fill
thing?
that out, and I'll come and get it from you.
it's hard to say. I can't come up with good things to eat
I see, okay.
and a variety of things.
Right.
So I'm always kind of like, gee, so I don't
Yeah,
really have plans.
yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Does anybody else have any challenges? Yeah.
Well, for me, because I come from a huge family, food has always been an experience.
Okay, yeah,
Okay?
yeah,
So I come from, my mom was one of 9, my dad was one of 9, my mom's sister had 9.
Okay.
So it was already always an event.
right, okay.
So then I come to, it's me, coming
Yeah.
eating with me.
Yeah, that's a huge change. Yeah,
It's not as enjoyable.
Right.
I enjoy cooking, and meditating. but
yeah,
the experience of the result, and everyone sitting down and
Right.
looking at the food and enjoying it together.
yeah. And probably having that, it's like a whole experience you have with your family and chatting. So that definitely makes sense too. Yeah. Anybody else? Any challenges with cooking for one?
You make too much.
Yeah, make too much. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah,
Can you just fill out the attendance for me?
yeah,
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Well, they get some. They'll keep coming back. So yeah.
They literally like look in and they're like, is she gonna throw this?
Yeah, through the window. Oh, that is sweet. Yeah, so some of the ones that I have listed is I cook too much food and it goes to waste. I have a hard time with portion control. I struggle with figuring out what I want to eat and like meal planning. And I have a busy schedule, so my time for cooking is very limited, which is very common. You know, a lot of people don't have the time to, you know, think of recipes, go shopping for that, bring it home, and then cook. That could take almost a whole day, which can be a big thing to accomplish, you know? So yeah, so the priority for cooking for one, what I want to talk about today, is to focus on cooking nutritious and satisfying meals. So how do you think we would do this, or what does this look like? You know, what would this look like, cooking nutritious and satisfying meals? What are some steps you guys would take to do that? Yeah.
Okay, for instance, I got salmon last night.
Yeah.
Bunch of broccoli.
Yeah.
And some egg noodles.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, but it's only me.
Okay.
So I had a large piece of salmon, but I cooked the whole thing.
Yeah.
I cut it in half, and then I put 2 bunches of broccoli, steamed them.
Yeah.
And then the noodles, I just put a little oregano and butter sauce in it.
Yeah.
And I cut everything in half, so I got a meal for yesterday and today.
That's right. That's great. That's perfect. Yeah.
Too much.
Right.
Because it's only me.
That's right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you keep talking about those good recipes, you're gonna have more company come to your door. But yeah, see, that's a great example. Yeah, it doesn't.
Meal planning is important.
Yes.
Buying things, prepare meals every so many
Yes.
days and stuff. And
Yeah.
like she said, cut it in half.
That's
You don't
right.
have to cook twice, you cook
That's
once.
right. Yeah.
You can preview it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's always good.
Yeah.
It's better than restaurant food.
Yeah, it is, right?
Really, it's more fresh.
That's right. The quality
I
is.
go to the market, the vegetable market here in Youngsville.
Yeah.
They have fresh fruits and vegetables that are delicious.
Yeah.
So we have that.
Yeah. That's great.
I like to watch to learn more about healthy eating. The cooking shows, I watched Sasha Dada this morning. And she showed me how to make hummus.
Yeah.
Intense day.
Hummus.
Yeah.
Because I don't usually do it.
Yeah.
My daughter always says, Ma, you can make it. You can make it. It's very easy.
Yeah. 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 Those are great
And
dips.
I watched
Yeah.
her this morning, and she showed me how to make granola.
Oh yeah. See, that's great.
Now I can make granola real good.
Yeah, that's
And
That's
you can
right.
put whatever you want in it.
That's right.
If you're allergic to nuts, you can do pumpkin seeds, chia seeds.
Yeah.
There's always variation. Yeah, you can put in your granola to suit yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's very versatile. Yeah.
I went to the culinary in New York, so.
Oh, did
I
you?
did for
That's so cool.
So a few classes.
Yeah.
They teach you a lot of good things.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, and I like to watch Megan Martin.
Oh yes, she is great.
With vegetables, fresh vegetables and all. And you can just chop them up and make them in.
Yeah.
Simple.
That's awesome. So we mentioned the meal planning. Are there any other ways that we would find nutritious and satisfying meals, how we would plan for those? Do you guys have anything else?
No canned goods, you gotta have fresh vegetables.
Well, actually,
Frozen.
yeah. So canned vegetables also, I mean, if you, let's say you don't have access to, fresh or limited access to frozen, canned goods, just keeping in mind the sugar content, and salt, depending on, your health state or stuff like that, you can, canned goods are equally as beneficial, so that's good to know. Yeah, well, it's also the textures and that kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah. So I would say some other things are explore different or new parts of the grocery store. Choose some of your favorite foods and make a nutritious and satisfying meal out of that. Try new foods, experiment with different tastes and textures between food groups, that kind of stuff. Just kind of being adventurous and trying things to see if you like it or not, because that's the only way you can find out. So, yeah, and also just to remember that you are the master of your own kitchen. You have all the control. If you don't like something, you don't have to put it. If you like it and you want to make it more nutritious, you know, it's kind of like your own little laboratory. So you can kind of make up stuff that you like. So to kind of talk about best practices for cooking, especially cooking for one and meal planning, I would love if you guys, I'm going to pass out some of this for you guys, just some notes that we can kind of cooking for one notes, that kind of stuff. And on the back, we can kind of write down, you know, 2 or 3 tips or tricks for cooking for one and meal planning and how, you know, kind of how to get the ball rolling for that with yourself. But yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'll pass out some pens and give you guys a few minutes to brainstorm.
There you go.
You got one? Okay. Yes. You have a pen as well. Right. Okay. There you are. Yeah, of course. Here's a pen for you.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. You need a pen? All right. Here you are. Of course. Would you like a pen? Oh, you have one. Okay, perfect. Yeah, of course.
So what are we doing? Your favorite meal?
Huh?
Favorite meal? What are we doing?
No, we're writing down 2 or 3 tips or tricks for best practices for cooking for one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think they're just reading if you want to talk to it again. Yeah.
All right. So do we have some ideas of tips and tricks for planning meals or, you know, shopping for one, cooking for one? Would anybody like to share?
I have a real quick and easy recipe.
Yeah.
It's tortellini with shrimp. And it's very easy. And first you take your tortellini and you put it in a pan with a little water and you heat that up until it's al dente. Then you take out the water. Then you take your shrimp and you put it in the pan with the tortellini and you put butter and a little bit of oregano and butter and olive oil. Not too much butter, just a little hint of butter, because that's not good for your heart. But the olive oils are good.
Yeah.
So then you heat that up, and then you put some parsley and some spices in there, and a little cream, a drop of cream. And it comes out to be like a tortellini with a nice sauce on it. And
Wow.
it's delicious. And Parmesan cheese,
Yeah.
locatelli that you grate up yourself. And it takes 15 minutes to make it.
Oh,
That's all it is.
that's great. Thank you for sharing that. That's like,
Spinach on
yeah.
top too.
Oh yeah, okay,
And
yeah.
it'll melt down into the whole dish.
Yeah,
So it's delicious.
yes.
healthy.
It's balanced. Yeah, I love that. That's a great, thank you for sharing that. That sounds
Now
very
I'm
good.
hungry.
Yeah, right? Yeah, yeah.
But I'm actually going to cook something.
Yeah.
I cook a salmon. I get
Okay, yeah.
frozen salmon from Costco.
Okay.
Kind of single.
Yeah, yeah.
Salmon.
Uh-huh.
And then I get a bed of rice. I like rice, so I put that on the bed of rice.
Yeah.
And then we get frozen asparagus.
Okay, yes.
If I'm actually cooking.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds great too. Very balanced. Yeah, I love that. And for you?
So, I like buying chicken,
Uh-huh.
whole chicken.
Yeah.
I usually buy cooked whole chicken, but I mean, it's easy to cook it at home if you want. But I like to use the whole chicken in a couple of different ways.
Yeah.
First, when I get it, I just go ahead and cut some slices off, add some vegetables too for a meal. We
Yeah.
use chicken and vegetables.
Absolutely.
Then I use the chicken and I put usually vegetables that I'm not so happy about, but I'm trying to get rid of in the stir fry.
Yeah, yeah. Gotta have those,
I put it
yeah.
in the wok. I put it in the wok with
Yeah.
some chicken and stir fry.
Yeah, it sounds
And
great.
then, as I'm picking the rest off the chicken, I will make chicken salad. And then what's left on the bone, I throw in the crock pot and make chicken soup.
That is great. You're using every bit of it. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah. That's the thing about chicken, I feel like too, is that you can use it for so many different things, you know, even right down to the bone. You can probably even make broth with it if you know, yeah. Yeah, that's right. You can make your own broth and use that for soups, and yeah, the possibilities are endless. Anybody else want to share any tips or tricks?
You mentioned Costco. You know, they have the salmon you can buy. Like, cut it up into, individual pieces, and it's cheap.
Wow.
Like 7 or 8 pieces.
Speaking of cheap, we'll get the chicken. We'll buy the Costco roast chicken. And in effect, what you do is my wife, she's getting these chefs to eat the bones.
Oh, wow.
What's the marrow?
The marrow, yes. Yeah, very nutritious, yeah.
You can make sandwiches with it too.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not a sandwich or wrap person, but you can make sandwiches or wrap with it too.
Oh, yeah, 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 absolutely. All right, yeah, thank you guys for sharing. Yeah, so some things I had written down for tips and tricks is, writing down a specific grocery list. So when you, while planning for a meal, so when you go to the grocery store, you're specifically going for, X, Y, and Z that goes into your menu for that week, and making sure that you kind of get foods like chicken, for example, that's very versatile and you can use for many different meals. And then also a good habit is keeping your kitchen pantry stocked with a variety of foods. Why do you think that we would maybe want to stock our pantry with a variety of different foods? Any guesses?
I keep mine stocked with variety because I never know when tornadoes come.
Okay, that is fair. Yeah, absolutely. You just never know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just kind of always having something there just in case, that type of thing.
You
Yeah.
have to have some of them canned vegetables just in case.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
That's the only thing I do.
A neighbor of mine was a Mormon. He had a garage and a rack.
Oh, wow.
Pantry in case of emergency.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's like his own little.
When I lost my job, he actually said, if you get hungry, Frank, you need food.
Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
It was helpful in emergency.
That's right. Yeah, that makes sense. And going on with that, those foods are, usually like pretty straightforward to cook and you can find good things to mix it with. And so in my head, you're probably going to be more likely to cook with the ingredients that are on hand. So having a good variety of things, you can get your peas, you can get rice, you can get, a whole bunch of, maybe some canned vegetables, who knows, but yeah. And then also another tip that I thought of was becoming best friends with your freezer, because, you can cook full recipes and have them portioned out and save them for later by putting them in the freezer. Because as you guys know, like keeping it in the freezer just stays way longer and you don't have to worry about, oh, how many days did I put this in the refrigerator? It might smell a little funky now, so who knows what to do? So yeah.
My wife also, we have a garden let's say pears, too many at one time. So what she'll do is we'll leave what we can.
Yeah.
And then she'll dehydrate.
Yes, yes.
Dehydrated, whatever.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So cool. Yeah.
Also, I want to add that because North Carolina is the way it is as far as fresh produce is concerned.
Right.
The pantry is the place. Pantry and the freezer are the best places during the winter months.
Yeah.
Because that's when you cannot find fresh strawberries. Because I pick my own strawberries and blueberries and stuff.
Yeah.
So I stock up on the squash and zucchini and all that. They're all an abundance.
Yeah.
And then during the winter, you're like, fresh
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
fresh anything.
You open the freezer. Yeah. Yeah.
So I try to stock up and then put them in the freezer. And then during the winter months, I usually, especially for the berries, I use them to make my smoothies. And
absolutely.
things like that during the winter months when I can't find.
Yeah, and that's a great way to get, your fruits and vegetables in, making a smoothie, something that's easy to drink, and, even if you get cold drinking it, at least you can bundle up, so, yeah. And then other things you can always save for later is like soups, stews, lasagna, meatballs, those all, freeze very well. And then you can keep, shelf-stable ingredients on hand that last well and lend themselves. You can use them as much or as little as you need, kind of like you mentioned with your friend who has the kind of pantry going on. Like, those things are always great to have, no matter what, like bags of rice and, yeah.
The point you make here is I hadn't thought of it, makes sense. Part of my problem in terms of produce goes bad. I don't eat enough of it.
Yeah.
There's no, I like this point. By only while you'll eat, even if a single serving are more expensive, it's still cheaper than eating out.
Yeah.
Which is a good point. I had to put the two together.
Yeah,
So
exactly right.
More expensive,
Yeah.
it's still less than
Yeah, it's like that reframing that kind of helps change your perspective on, if people say like, eating healthy is more expensive, but in the long term, you're spending less than if you were to go out and get an appetizer, an entree, and maybe a drink as well, so, and that will last longer throughout multiple meals, so, yeah. And so what are some helpful things that you guys like to keep stocked in your fridge, that you, or your kitchen, your pantry, your fridge, your freezer, that you find helpful with meals? Yeah.
Every fall, I go out to a farm and get collards.
Oh, yes.
And you get the big bunches for farmers in the store.
Yeah.
And we wash them, cut them, freeze them.
Yeah.
I've got about 3 or 4 bags from last fall in my freezer now. That will last me until next time.
That's right, yeah. That's a great example, yeah. They stay good for a long time, so, yeah. Anybody else?
In a pinch, the canned ones are pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they are. They are. They are. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah.
It's surprising how much is in that can.
I know.
And they have them at the dollar store.
Oh, yeah. They do. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Just a little FYI.
That's right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
She'll tell me to go to Harris Teeter when they have a sale, like shrimp,
Oh, yes.
like shrimp.
Yes.
Sometimes, believe it or not, they have buy one, get 2 free.
What?
Which is better than 1-on-1. So she
Wow.
will stock up.
Yeah. I mean, why not? That's a deal. Yeah. Wow. I have to check that out. That sounds good. I do like shrimp, and they are expensive. So, yeah. Any other foods you guys can think of? Eggs? Yes.
Cream cheese omelets
Ooh.
with cheddar cheese over that, and you put vegetables.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Parsley and stuff like that. And it doesn't take 5 minutes to make.
Yeah.
You just beat it up and we'll put a little
That's right.
milk in there. And
Yeah. You can. Yeah.
delicious. And the cream cheese makes it really very lush.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Lovely.
Yeah. You can probably switch out what stuff.
It's wonderful.
I use cottage cheese for mine.
Well, it would be similar,
Yeah.
They're almost the same, but the cream cheese is so creamy with the cheddar cheese. You can even put a little bacon in there, though that's big for your heart.
Moderation is, just a little moderation. Yeah.
I put a little Parmesan.
Oh, yeah.
I can put a lot stuff in it.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah, and the cheese too.
We do hard-boiled eggs for the
Yes.
They're gonna run out. And then
Exactly.
egg salad.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very versatile.
Oh,
They're extremely. I know.
They're going down.
Are they? Okay, good. Yeah. I've been staying away from the egg aisle just because I just can't handle it, you know.
It depends on where you get them, because if you go to the mobile market, they're $3 a pound, a dozen eggs.
Yeah, that's
Really?
Yeah, so you don't
Wow.
have to pay $6 or $7 in the grocery store. And the mobile markets are all over the place now. They just added Raleigh to the stuff, so they've got 3 or 4 different locations in Raleigh during the month, so you can get them for $3.
That is good to know.
don't forget Costco.
Oh yeah, Costco, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, me either. You might have to get one though, because that sounds pretty good. BJ's, yeah. All right, well, so, oh yeah, I know, right? I know, yeah, you should, yeah.
We should make a blog.
We should make a blog, yeah. Yeah, we should. So yeah, those are great things to keep just like on hand, you know, very versatile, as we discussed. And also purchasing smaller portions of food, such as like canned vegetables, can help with making like a smaller meal for one. Or breaking down packages into smaller portions, like you said about the salmon, you know, and freezing it like ground beef, chicken, bread in like airtight Ziploc bags. So you can just kind of take it out whenever. If you know, in the morning you're like, oh, I do want this later tonight for dinner. So just take it out, put it in the fridge for it to thaw. And also frozen fruits, like you said, too, and vegetables are great for shelf life. And they're already, usually they're pretty like chopped and prepared, like we said with the asparagus for your bowl. And just as nutritious, and it's, you know, you can use them before they perish, and yeah. And also canned fish. Who like here likes canned fish? Like canned tuna, salmon? Yeah.
And if you go to the fresh market on Tuesdays, they have markdowns on ground beef and chicken breast, boneless chicken breast.
Yeah.
And they will, and you can get it separated, like I normally go and ask him to separate it in 1.5 portion sizes, so that I can only use one pack at a time rather than getting. I ask them to separate it individually, because usually I butterfly it, and it's because they're so fat.
That's good.
And then I ask them to pack them individually, and then I take them one at a time.
That's so smart. Yes, that's such a good idea. So you don't even have to worry about cutting it open and doing all that stuff. Yeah, that's a good idea.
The other thing in the pantry is herbs. We'll have different herbs. Well, one my wife grows on the back porch.
Yeah.
But that helps me eat things I don't like.
Right. Yeah.
I don't like vegetables.
Yeah.
My wife loves vegetables.
Yeah.
So if I put Louisiana seasoning or something, then I'll eat it.
Exactly. Yeah. See? Yeah. Seasonings can totally transform a meal, so that is great. Yeah.
I have another situation.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cut up all your vegetables, like even potatoes, sweet potato, peppers, everything, and roast them. Roast them with some seasoning.
Yes.
And then you can have them for the week, and then you can make a big salad.
Oh yeah.
Cut up all your greens.
Oh, yeah.
And grab from that.
Yeah, no, that's that's a great idea. Yeah.
But the roasted vegetables
Oh, yeah.
are so tasty
They're really good.
and easy.
Yeah.
And you can pop it in your microwave.
So flavorful too. Yeah. That's a really good point too.
Earlier today, Karen suggested that I marinate things in tequila.
Oh, stop.
He's trying to throw you under the bus.
I said, tequila, I know, we've
Yeah.
been diabetic for 30
Yeah.
years, is the liquor of choice.
Yeah.
And I even ran by my endocrinologist.
Yeah.
But, so now he thinks, so they're saying they wanted to have like a little graduation from this. And I said, well, maybe we can all do a shot of tequila.
Yeah. Right?
I might lose my job.
You just have to weigh the options. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Very happy though.
Yeah.
Are you good with me buying a bottle of
Yeah.
share with my
Yeah. How's that sound? They'll probably be like, can I come? Right? And that'll depend on you.
Well, everybody's an age.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
We just call it orange juice.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. So now to kind of talk about food safety and proper food storage for leftovers, because making a bigger meal, and then you want to make sure you store it properly, and so everything stays safe to eat, that kind of stuff. So what do you guys do for leftovers? Like, how do you guys usually do leftovers?
Put them in glass dishes because they don't make plastic anything because the nanoplastics that you can get ingested in your body.
Okay.
Microwave plastic anymore.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So the corner where I put it in and stuff with the glass lid.
Okay, yeah.
And it works good.
All right.
You mean how we eat or how we store leftovers?
Yeah, so kind of like, how you store them. Yeah.
So I don't have one of those vacuum sucking things, but I use Ziplocs, but I received a recommendation from somebody. If I double plastic bag it and put it in the freezer, it stays better, because before when I single plastic bagged it ended up with too much ice and so much in the bag.
I
So
see.
someone recommended that I double plastic bag it, and you just make sure you just push all the air out, and it lasts a lot better. You don't end up with those icicles.
Yes.
On the edges of your bread and everything else.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. Yeah. Tupperware? Yeah.
Put them in the freezer.
Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else over here for leftovers? Yeah.
Give it to my dog.
Yeah, labeling them, that's smart, yeah. Yeah. So after cooking, it's important to refrigerate food within like 2 hours after you're done. So not letting it sit out for too long, because then it can kind of, stay in like this danger zone of temperature for too long. Yeah, and then it can start growing stuff, and you don't want to ingest that. So, and then also utilizing the Ziploc bags, like you said, and like the doubling, that's a great idea. Storage containers, Tupperware, like you guys had said, an airtight plastic wrap. So why do you think it would be important for it to be like airtight? Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, definitely.
So put it in the fridge. You
Yeah.
just want to make sure you, because things grow depending on what the temperature
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those are all good. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. It's keep bacteria out, retain the moisture, prevent flavors also, prevent leftovers from picking up different odors in the fridge, because you don't really want to have, cornbread that starts smelling like old onions or something, or whatever. So it's not the most appetizing. So immediately refrigerate or freeze wrapped leftovers for rapid cooling, so it kind of doesn't spend too much time in that like wishy-washy temperature zone. And then how long do you guys think leftovers should be kept in the refrigerator? Estimate, kind of.
3 days.
3 days?
That's the longest.
Yeah. Yeah, like 3 to 4 days, exactly. So, and how long do you guys think that leftovers should be kept in the freezer for like best quality? Yeah, it's true. Yeah. You guys said 2 months? Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah. So the general recommendation is like 3 to 4 months. And after that, it's not that it becomes dangerous to eat. It's just that kind of the moisture and the flavor and kind of like with the ice crystals on there can kind of make it not as great like as an experience. But yeah.
Steak in the freezer, 5 years old, about 8.
Okay.
Why would you eat it?
Because he's I hate to say it, guys have different guidelines from
Yeah, sure. That's right.
My husband, I would say, you can throw that away, it's been here for too long, it looks fine.
I don't know what that's
I
about.
don't want to sound sexist.
No, yeah.
I guess that's why we keep the house. 'Cause
Yeah, that's right. Right,
For
yeah.
the most part.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
there are some real clean guys.
Yeah.
As we say that.
The wedding couples, they put their topper, the cake topper in the
Yeah.
freezer for a year and eat it on their anniversary.
That's true. That's what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess it just kind of depends on what it is you're freezing, you know?
Here, when in doubt, throw it out.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Waste not. And some people would say waste not, want not. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And so we are going to start doing a breakout room discussion. So we're going to, in these breakout rooms, we're going to have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can probably do 3 groups if people want to like group up with each other, 3 or 4 groups. And we're going to brainstorm on different ways that we can use the following ingredients for meals. We have roasted or rotisserie chicken, eggs, and a pot of beans. So that chicken,
beans as in
eggs.
pinto beans, refried beans.
Yeah, I would say more like pinto beans, black beans, navy beans. Yeah, kidney beans. Yeah. So yes. Sky is the limit. So just kind of using those, like let's say if you had, a can of beans that you're like, oh, I probably should use these, or you had a chicken, it's already been 2 days, and you're like, okay, well, I need to use this before it starts to go bad after the. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just coming up with some ideas. So I'll just give one example from each that I had thought of. So for chicken, like chicken and dumpling soup, or for egg casserole.
Oh, we're not mixing them all.
What's the flour for the dumplings? You could use that?
So,
We have chicken, eggs.
okay, so I apologize. Let me explain that, guys. I feel like, so
I was going to make it chili.
that's a good idea, yeah. So, so brainstorming different ways to use the following ingredients for meals. So let's say you can think of a recipe for chicken, and then you can think of a recipe for eggs, and then think of one for beans.
Okay, I was thinking we would use the
I know, I made that confusing, yeah. It was like chopped, yeah. But yeah. Yeah, so you guys can discuss. One more time? Oh, just like one meal for each food. Yeah.
You made chicken 2 days ago. You have chicken breast left in the fridge. Yeah, there we go. Boom.
Yeah. And then after you guys, everyone's kind of done, we'll share out to the group. So just to ask you guys, why do you guys think that I chose those 3 like random kind of ingredients for this exercise?
staple food. Everybody, pretty much most everybody eats them. They're staple foods. I mean, most folks buy those things at the store.
And they're the cheapest.
The cheap, staple,
Chicken's not cheap.
protein. Anybody else? Cost effective. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, so those are all great reasons, and also they all freeze very well. So if you are making something and you want to freeze it, yeah, like a chicken and bean, chili or some kind of quiche or egg souffle, that type of thing. So yeah. And so one last question for you guys: what is your favorite all-time meal for one? Favorite of all time? It's a hard question. Cereal? I love cereal. Yeah. I know, right? That's right. Cereal. Yeah. Anybody have any?
My 3 favorites is the salmon.
Yeah.
I love spinach.
Mm-hmm.
And I like big sweet potatoes rather than white potatoes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is this something that we cook ourselves or just our favorite?
I would say, cook yourself, like the meal that you make for one, just yourself. Tacos? Yeah. Yeah, tacos are good.
Hey, would we bake sweet potatoes?
Ooh, Yes. Yes, yeah, so good. Do you guys like double bake it? Like, do you put stuff in there, like onions or sour cream or stuff like that? For a sweet potato? Yeah. Maybe it's just me. Okay.
I know that's the. I know the cinnamon and the butter and the brown sugar. That's the real answer. But I've done it with beans and red peppers and onions, and it's solid. Fair enough.
Okay, yeah.
With beans and red pepper and onion and all sorts of stuff on top. Oh yeah. I do it more often. I'll just do the roasted sweet potato instead of a baked sweet potato with all that on it. But I've done it with a baked sweet potato. I've done all that on there too.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yes. So good. I love those. Yes. Yes. Those are really good. Yeah. Anybody else have a favorite meal for one they like to?
Okay, we're married, so
Yeah.
there's two of us.
Yeah.
Mine is, it would be a pasta with a tomato sauce.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hers, which I love also, is stir fry.
Yeah.
With the shrimp.
Okay, yeah.
Veggie.
That sounds good. Yeah. Okay.
That's another one that doesn't last long.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I can imagine.
That's my favorite dish.
Yeah.
I like the ribeye steak.
Ooh. Yeah.
With the sweet potato and some spinach or broccoli.
Yes. That does sound good too.
Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah.
take much.
Yeah. Depending on how you like it cooked. Yeah. Yeah, the dog likes it too. Yeah. I bet the dog loves it. Yeah. All right. So today we have a little bit of a taste test for you guys. We have a snack. And so we are using strawberries, cheese, and crackers. So yeah. And do you guys, just talking about like strawberries as he's just getting some stuff set up, what are some ways that you guys like to have strawberries or like incorporate them into a dish? Because they go bad so quickly. So yeah. You freeze them? Okay, you freeze them.
Pick a whole bunch and then I freeze half of them.
Okay, yeah.
And the other half I put in the fridge and I eat in my yogurt.
Yes.
I eat on the side of my egg or my omelet or my breakfast.
Yeah.
And then I put in my smoothies, I put in my green drinks.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Cool Whip? Me too, yep. Yeah. And then, yeah. And then anybody else? Types of ways you like to have strawberries? Yeah, on salad, yeah. Smoothie, salad, yeah, absolutely. It can make smoothie, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was thinking like, let's say if you are feeling like you just kind of want to have cereal one night, right? And you don't really feel like making stuff, cereal. You can always just throw some berries in there too, like some blueberries, strawberries, or like a yogurt bowl, like you were saying, a salad with greens, a smoothie, or you can make kind of like a homemade like little jam or sauce. Like let's say if they're really soft, you could, maybe squish them up and make your own little jam. So yeah.
A layer of yogurt. I make my granola.
Oh yeah.
A layer of granola and then I repeat it.
Yeah, it's like a little parfait. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Yes. Well, we're just going to get this set up for you guys, but I do just want to thank you for your time, and it was so fun chatting with you guys, and I hope that you, of course. Yeah, and I hope to come back soon to talk more with you guys. My name's Addison. Yes. Yeah, of course. Do you guys have any other questions that I can answer? Or? All right, great.
I do have another little recipe.
Oh, yeah.
With the eggs.
Yeah.
You can make with a high protein pancake with the
Ooh.
cottage cheese, egg, oats, a little bit of baking powder, and cinnamon, and just make the pancake. And
That sounds good. Oh, good. Yeah. Yummy.
Can you email the recipe?
Yeah.
What's the brand of the pancake?
It's not a mint.
You make your show?
Ooh, that's awesome.
Egg, cottage cheese, oats. It's like a half a cup of oats, a half a cup of cottage cheese, a pinch of baking powder, cinnamon, and 1 egg. If it's too thick, you can add another egg. You can double up. They're really good. Put hot onion.
Ooh. Yeah, that is so good. And you can freeze them. They freeze well?
Freeze them, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm always in a rush
Yeah.
in the morning, so
Yeah.
I can pull that out.
Oh, yeah.
It's good for you. It's
Yeah, it's like, oh no. And it's a high protein, good ingredients, you know?
I put it in the blender if you have a oat crust.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that too. That sounds really good.
All right, folks.
Pass these out?
If you'd like, you can pass them out however you want. Would you like one as well? Yes, ma'am. There you are. Sure.
And also, these classes are nice too because
Autumn
everyone
this
can learn
morning,
from each
the
other
Harris
too.
Teeter,
You know?
buy one, get one free with
So,
the Vic card.
yeah.
So now is a good time for strawberries.
Yeah,
So I work with May.
that's right. Absolutely.
My boss.
Yeah, I'm glad you came too. Of course.